My name's Omar Cordero. I'm a VIP celebrity fitness trainer, and I'd like to welcome you to the story of Eddy Fazzah. For those of you who have not followed his journey, we're still only in the process and only in the beginning of this entire journey. Again, it's lifelong. This is not going to end, but to showcase the struggles, the mental aspects that comes with extreme weight loss, I'd like to introduce to you Eddy to tell you a little bit about his story. Eddy started just under 600 pounds. And I remember when he came to me and we started talking, in my mind, I knew that this was not only gonna be a challenge for him, but how was I gonna structure something really to get him motivated? So we had to tackle it from a two-step approach, which was a mental aspect before the physical aspect actually caught up with it. It's very, very difficult, especially when you're walking into a gym and it's like, you know what, I haven't been to an actual gym here, and everyone's looking at me going, man, this is gonna be a challenge. Everyone here is fit and I gotta get there.
First time I reached out to Omar, I said, I wanted to train. I got to the point that I said, it's time to start some physical training. I had dropped a bit of weight, and the next phase of it was the physical aspect of it. I was a little bit apprehensive. I went to the gym that he works with, Body and Soul, but I will tell you, it was an amazing experience there. I can tell you wholeheartedly, the people that work out there were so supportive. I can't tell you a time that someone didn't stop and say, oh my God, you look great. Oh my God, if you can do this, I can do this. I'll tell you guys a story that really got to me. This was, I want to say maybe a couple months in at Body and Soul, and I met, I'm sitting there dying, basically.
Which is every day.
my heart was going 300 beats a minute, and a lady walked up to me and she said, "You're my hero." Hardest part for me was getting out of my apartment, getting out of my house, and getting in the car and driving down there. Once I'm in the car, and part of the reason that I drive as far as I do is pretty much because of that. Because once I'm in the car, that's it. There's no turning back. So I find it one of the best things to do is just get up and get out. Don't even think about it. And I think that for me was the biggest challenge, was getting myself out of my comfort zone, which is my house. And the other thing is it's about pushing yourself, and I love that. And I love seeing, okay, I go through the phases that I went through, and I think about where I was when I first started, and where I was very simple. I could go 10 minutes on the treadmill.
When you started, not even 5. Not even 5.
6 months later, I did my first 5K, and I was beat to death after that 5K. Okay, so 10 minutes, 5K, 3.2 miles, to today, that every day that I come and work out, I do at least 3.6 miles. So that's where I start.
When he told me I want to do a 5K, in my mind, I was like, okay, we'll try to get you there. And then one night, I remember, I was sitting at home and I said, you know what? If he said it, we're gonna make this happen. I'm gonna try my best to motivate and facilitate that process to make sure he does his first 5K. We walked it. I remember, I'll never forget, on that monitor, it was 165 beats a minute. Walking. I mean, he was almost at max capacity. I am just waiting for that second 5K because I'm very, very confident he will not only double or triple in terms of his time, will be in a much better place than what he was when you did your first 5K. Those of you who are struggling with weight issues, Imagine the fact that you're carrying a 600-pound vest and you're trying to walk from point A to point B. If I had to carry a 600-pound vest, that would be very, very difficult. I mean, I would be out of breath just going down a couple feet. And that's what, in essence, Eddy was doing. The fact that you're holding that 600 pounds and your body is used to that, once we start taking off that weight, you're not only going to be strengthening the heart because you're working on the cardiorespiratory side, but we're taking off that weight, and now we have more performance coming out of them in a much faster capacity. So if you do have the weight, use it as your advantage. Get used to it, and then start taking it off as you get stronger. Those two components will help you in terms of performance as someone that did not have that excess weight. All right, so we started just roughly under 600 pounds, about 552. So 552 pounds. I want you guys to put that in perspective, 552 pounds. Today, 2 years later, you could say, more or less 2 years later, we are
258.
258. Puts things in perspective. It's a journey. It doesn't end. I always said, and I told him, I want to get you down to 220, 215. He gives me the face, and I go, you'll get there. And we definitely will. Now, and as Eddy said, the longer you wait, the problem's gonna continue to linger there, and also the motivation might be less. So when you have it, when you know you wanna do it, take action and get moving.